Hello. This time we would like to solve the equation negative 2y multiplied by 4y minus 1 multiplied by 8 minus y is equal to 0. Now, a nice thing about having an equation that is equal to 0 is that there aren't a whole lot of ways to multiply together to become 0. In fact, if something's going to multiply together to become 0, we require, or we need, that one of the pieces that's being multiplied together actually equals 0. So, when we are nicely factored into a product like we are in this problem, we can just look at each piece and see when each piece separately is equal to 0, effectively solving multiple linear equations. So first, let me highlight in red the first product, the first thing being multiplied here, which is a negative 2y. So when does negative 2y equal to 0? Well, notice that if we divide both sides by negative 2, we get y equals 0. So y equals 0 is one of the solutions to this particular equation. That's only one of the products here. Let's go over to the next piece, which is a 4y minus 1. Let's do this part separately and say, well, 4y minus 1 equals 0. Well, in order to solve this linear equation, we would first add 1 to both sides, yielding 4y equals positive 1, and then we would divide by 4, which would yield y equals 1/4. So y equals 1/4 is a particular value of y which would solve the equation and yield a product of 0. We also have a third product here. Let me do this one in blue. We have an 8 minus y that is hanging around. So when does 8 minus y equal to 0? Well, I guess in order to solve this equation, I'm going to follow a little sneaky trick here and add y to both sides of the equation. Cancels out, leaves me with an 8, and 0 plus y is just equal to y. So y equals 8 also forces this equation to finally be equal to 0. So the final answer to the problem would be to say y, well, could equal 0, or it could equal 1/4, or it could equal 8. And these three answers would cause the equation to be true, would cause us to have a 0 as the answer to the equation.